It's time for the big show with Andy Gallo and Country Jim.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Andy Gallo, and I got a big announcement today. I've got Country Jim with me, and he is now going to be my co-host of the big show. What do you think about that there, Big Jim?
I'm so honored.
Big Jim. We could name your name, call it Big Jim now, you know. So,
buddy, I've had a lot of monikers. Did I ever tell you the story about the time that I was playing a dance with my band over at the East Tex Freeway off of 59?
I have not heard this one.
Yeah, well, it was my birthday, and so they were wanting to honor me on my birthday, so they went to Kroger or somewhere, and they got, one of those decorated birthday cakes.
Yeah.
But the poor gal who decorated, who put the message on there, unfortunately it said, "Happy Birthday, County Jim." and some of the guys in my band carried me. I've still got guys
County
that
Jim.
call me County Jim.
Yeah, County. We'll just have to call you County for short now.
But Big Jim,
that's a new one.
I got to think about that one a little
No,
bit.
we won't do that.
Okay,
we
good.
won't mess that up any more than we already have there. So that's good there.
But anyway, I'm excited about us
Yep.
doing this together,
Yep.
bringing people in.
Yep. Well, we've known each other for a long time.
have.
We've been friends, but we haven't seen each other in many years.
No,
but
we
I
went-
think we're back.
Yeah.
We're
We
back
went a spell
together
there.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could be a song. Back together again.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if we want to go there. But anyway, well, something just recently, this past week, that happened was the passing of Randy Corner. So that's kind of a sad thing to hear.
Yeah, I was really impacted emotionally by hearing yesterday of his passing. He was a phenomenal artist for a long time. When he played lead guitar, but he played steel guitar, he played fiddle. He was renowned on the electric guitar. He was a great songwriter and a really good vocalist, as I guess you're going to demonstrate here.
Yeah, I got a little something right here we're going to play.
And
yeah.
when he was 13 years old, and Gene Watson was just beginning to launch out and play on the road, he was the lead guitar player for Gene Watson. And
I think I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
Man, kind of sad deal. But I've got a little something I put together here.
Good.
So, Randy, here we go.
Here we go.
Heart, don't fail me now, don't make me go running back. I've got your ways, now can't be no turning back. I'd be a damn fool to stay, she don't love me anyway. She'll get by somehow, heart, don't fail me now. I can't say for certain how much you do or don't know. A woman's got feelings that sometimes she'd rather not show. I've dodged all your questions, you shouldn't be suspicious of me. But my conscience feels guilty, and sometimes I talk in my sleep.
Well, you were talking about, he very versatile on many, many instruments. Here's a little bit of when he was with Frenchie. Man, that's good stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's good stuff. But anyway, we will definitely miss that for sure. But
I love that vocal number. And another one was it the Ring, Telephone Ring? That was,
yep. Heart Don't Fail Me Now and Ring, Telephone Ring. He had a few others too. Unfortunately, I didn't have those, but those are the two that I did have. Plus a little bit of Frenchie when he played with him. Back in the old days.
Because of the fact that I was born and raised in Tennessee and Kentucky, the people that I met in music were back east. And
Yep.
and I was already 40 or whatever by the time I came to Texas. And I've often thought about what people I would have met, instead of little Jimmy Dickens and whoever, the Eastern folks.
Yep. Yep.
If I'd lived in Houston and grew up here.
Houston, back in, and of course I grew up in this area. So, back in the 60s and the 70s, the radio stations back in those days, they played the regional artist, or you might want to call that local artist, regional artist, whatever you want to say. But of course, Randy was, he had hit the Billboard charts nationally.
Right.
But, he was big. Kenny Surrett, a lot of guys that you hear about. That was kind of a regional, Kelly Shapa,
I was going to mention him.
Guys like that, Mundo, Airwood. And who's gone already too. Both of those guys are gone. But that was the sound that you heard back in those days. It
right.
was it was a unique sound.
And even back before that, a song I'm going to do today goes back to the days of Jerry Irby, who wrote Driving Nails, and who was the guy that did Slipping Around? Floyd Tillman.
Yep, Floyd Tillman. Yep.
See, I would have, if I'd grown up around here, I would have known those guys. I did get to meet Mundo, though.
Yep.
Did you know him?
I didn't know him. Never got a chance to meet him, but we played music from him. That I had. I went to one of his concerts back many, many years ago. Bought an album, and I've had that album all this time. Vinyl, by the way, not
right,
not digital, but it was vinyl, and played it on the radio when I was there.
I got to meet him and hear him a few times, and I love trivia and trying to stump people with knowing some obscure bit of information that's actually gotten me nowhere. But anyway, I've enjoyed knowing stuff. But I used to have a trivia question to stump everybody.
Right, yeah.
Because my trivia question was, whose name was on the billboard the night that Gillies burned down? Oh, yeah, man.
See, I don't know that.
I thought I did, but I didn't either.
Wasn't the Giesenslaw brothers, was it?
No.
Okay.
I always said it was Mundo Earwood.
Okay.
So people would go, wow, Sloan, I'm impressed with your trivia.
Right.
Except I was at the Gillies reunion a few years ago. And so maybe it was Penny or somebody that came up to me and talking to me about it, and they said, Sloan, that's not right. Yeah.
That's something we're going to do some research on since you brought that up now.
Yeah.
That I never thought about that. Never.
Because they said it was closed down a year before it burned out, so there wouldn't have been anybody's name on the billboard.
Sure. Could have been blank.
Yeah.
Or
blank.
had a couple of those numbers, that are kind of dangling, whatever, something like that.
But I hope that everybody who knew Randy Corner is given some thoughts of care to all who loved him. And I've got some of my musician friends that have played with me who were very, very close to him. And
going to be missed, that's for sure. Because he was still very active in the Houston scene, for sure. So, but anyway. Well, you have got a couple of songs lined up for us today, too.
I do.
And this first song, we talked about it a little bit the other day, and I remember this song so well.
Good.
Judge Shrunk.
Yeah.
And A Daisy a Day, which was, what year did that come out? 70, what?
Early.
72?
Right in there. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of a historian now when it comes to, some of this old music, because I'm an old guy too, though. So that has a lot to do with it.
You're a lot younger than me. But I'm glad because we'll really bounce off each other well, I think. Judd's actual name was, why you had a name of Justin, I think that's what his name actually was.
Was it? Okay.
And why you would change that to Judd is beyond me to figure out. But he was born. I think, in the mid 1930s in a little town. It's still a little town called Jamestown, New York. Oh. But he and I don't know a lot about his life, but he went to Maine and lived out the rest of his days there. Died when he was 45, I think. But he started writing songs. He was an environmentalist way back in that day. He loved Maine and that those vibes up there. Mm-hmm. But he would write novelty songs. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, and I never knew whether or not this song was about an actual experience he had when he was a child, if this old couple that the song is about were actually somebody that he knew. But my favorite version of the song, Roy Clark did it on Hee Haw, I think. But my favorite version of it, he went, because he did go to New York for a while, and that's where he made some musical connections. And when this song became a hit, he actually did it on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show. So you can find that on YouTube in black and white.
Yeah, I need to look for that.
Yeah, with just him and a tenor banjo.
Right. Wow.
But
so he did that maybe before he recorded it, or did he?
No, it was already.
It was already out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and then he went to Hollywood for a while, and Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In.
Yes,
he was actually a regular on that show for a while.
I think I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. Sure enough. Wow, you're just a wealth of information,
man,
there, country. Or I should say county.
County Jim. None of that's ever got me anywhere, but I love knowing. You know, he died at 45 because he was a private pilot, and he got into these little, Kenny Snow would know what to call them, but these little airplanes, little.
Yeah.
What do you
experimental.
Call those?
I think the one of the words they use for them or something. They're kind of a homemade paper airplane or something.
Well, it didn't work out very well. And it crashed and he lost his life. 45.
Wow. How many country artists have lost their life in an airplane?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
3 and 4 at a time. Some of them.
Yep, absolutely. Well, let's see if you can strum this puppy here.
Let me see what this sounds like. He remembers the first time he met her. He remembers the first thing she said. He remembers the first time he held her, and the night she came to his bed. He remembers her sweet way of saying, "Honey, has something gone wrong?" He remembers the fun and the teasing, the reason he wrote her the song. I'll give you a daisy a day, dear. I'll give you a daisy a day. I'll love you until the rivers run still, the four winds we know blow away. They would walk down the street in the evening, and for years I would see them go by. They'd talk hands as they held to the corner, and the old man would sing her the song. I'll give you a daisy a day, dear. I'll give you a daisy a day. I'll love you until the rivers run still, the four winds we know blow away. Now he walks down the street in the evening, and he stops at the old candy store. I somehow believe he's believing that he's holding her hand like before, for he sees all her love walking with him, and he smiles at the things she might say. Then the old man walks up to the graveyard and gives her a daisy a day. I'll give you a daisy a day, dear. I'll give you a daisy a day. I'll love you until the rivers run still, the four winds we know blow away. I'll love you until the rivers run still, the four winds blow all away.
Daisy a Day.
Yeah.
That's a good song. Did he write that song?
He did write it.
Okay.
And through the years, it has been, my wife and I have been married 58 years, and I sing it to her when she'll let me. When she's not busy doing whatever. And
Does your wife sing? Does she sing?
Oh, yeah, she does.
I thought she did.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Plays piano.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But she does choir music,
Sure.
church stuff, that sort of thing. But I found that a lot of elderly people, long-time married people, connect with it.
Thanks for listening to The Big Show with Andy Gallo and Country Jim.
This has been a Unicap Media presentation.